Well, hello, my name's TreeSap, and I'm here to talk about Vital Shell. This is a PS2 inspired top-down arena shooter mecha game with some roguelite elements, and I'm glad I finally got around to playing this. This has been sitting inside of my Steam library since January when it first came out. It's well worth a purchase. It is, let me actually just check the price right now. This game is like $6, but you'll get your money's worth out of it, honestly. It's almost hard to talk about because it's not a complex game. It's rather simple. What you see is what you get, honestly. So I'm kind of just going to run through the basics of it right now because what else is there to do with this type of game? You'll first be going through the battle mode. The battle mode is kind of like its main campaign. You're going to want to do this because there's not really anything else to do. And you have to do this and complete all the stages to unlock arcade mode, which is where a lot of your time is going to be sunk into because arcade mode has a variety of different things for you to do. And you'll also be able to unlock all the different mechs because each one of the mechs is a boss fight through the first 4 areas, or I guess I'd say arenas. And the final one has just like this big old boss fight. Each arena is 20 rounds. Every round is timed. The timer goes up every time you can complete a round. Simple. There are shards in the ground. You beat enemies. They drop shards. You pick them up. You level up. You don't have to pick them up during the actual gameplay, though this is useful because every level up during actual gameplay restores your health to full, and there are some abilities you can unlock that will do special things based upon you picking up these shards, but they'll all be absorbed into you after you're finished with that round. And if you've played other arena shooters of this type, you've probably seen this before. After the round's over and you get a chance to level up, you will be able to choose from stat increases, extra crit chance, extra attack damage. Every weapon has a different type of attack damage. You have physical, you have force, you have elemental. Physical, pretty straightforward. It is just bullets, mostly. That's really all. Just bullets. And force is missiles, explosives, things of that nature. And then elemental, these usually come out in beams, some type of laser, and it can be fire, ice, things of that sort. They all do this in different ways. There's a lot of different weapons. You got one weapon you start off with based on the mech you choose. You'll get a second light weapon and then a heavy weapon as you level up. You also get shell protocols. These are like perks. These are passive ability most of the time. Sometimes they can be damage dealing, particularly in the way of they might drop a meteor out of the sky, or every time you regenerate health, it will do a kind of like massive explosion around you that deals damage to enemies. But a lot of them are kind of just giving you extra boosts to attacks and stuff like that, or second life. And then you have your specials. You'll get one of these during your run. You choose that one, and that's the only one you're going to have. They also vary, and they don't automatically refill. You will see a special orb drop during combat from enemies. You can pick them up. You can have multiple of them, and they carry on from round to round. And there's even one shell protocol that lets you basically generate them every time you do a critical hit. So if you're just stacking up your increases to your critical damage, you'll never really run out of them. And I usually always went with this when I saw it pop up because it's useful, because they can do a variety of things. One might let out a giant static field around you. That kind of helps with crowd control because since the arena is relatively small, you can easily get bunched up with enemies just completely surrounding you, and sometimes that can be very useful. Or it might shoot a barrage of bullets, it might shoot out a giant beam of energy, you might shoot out a wide radius of rockets around you. There is one this one's just completely unlimited, but it uses your health and takes that and gives you just an outright boost to your attack. And depending on your build, this could be really good if you've really got a lot of regen or lifesteal. And this kind of lets me go on to talking about the crystals. This is an interesting thing that I kind of like. These crystals, you can add them, or really are they gems? It doesn't really matter, honestly. You can add these to your weapons, and different combinations can give you different abilities because once you stack 4 of them together, they kind of combine into something different. And also by combining them, you'll unlock different type of gems for your next run. White adds lifesteal to your weapon, or at least increases it. Red adds to the attack speed. Blue adds to critical. Green adds to potency, and purple adds to just damage, just outright damage. When you combine them together, usually adding 2 whites, 2 reds will give you something special about your weapon. You can add 4 of them together. Usually every time I added 4 together, I just got a wider spread of damage in terms of the fire rate of my weapon, how it did its damage itself. But as you progress and you unlock the bigger gems, a single gem might give you multiple increases. So one gem might give you plus 10 to crit, plus 10 to attack speed, plus 10 to damage, all from that one gem but you can still stack them all up together, so you can really do a lot of damage. And a lot of how you'll be fighting enemies will be kind of automatic, because once you're in range of the enemies, and you increase your range similar to any other stat, you'll just automatically attack them. And your weapons do reload, they do have ammo. There's a bar in the bottom left of the screen that'll show you that. You can focus on enemies, so you can press the left mouse button and choose who you're targeting, but most of the time I found that to be not very necessary. So I spent most of my time just focusing on spacing from enemies and dodging attacks and things like that. Only time I really focused on enemy was during arcade mode, because you're just trying to get through arcade mode as quick as possible to get a good score. So some of the little boss fights you'll just want to focus on them, because then the round will just end in arcade mode. Unlike in the normal mode where you can beat a boss and then you still have to just wait for the timer to end. And plus, in arcade mode, all the enemies, all the bosses, everything you fought in the normal battle mode would all come at you in 20 rounds, instead of you having to go from arena to arena. In arcade mode, that's also simple in display. Like I said, everything coming at you in 20 rounds, but also there are weekly challenges. There's just a set of rules and a particular mech you'll have to use and some different modifiers, and you're just trying to win, trying to beat it. And then there's endless mode where you can kind of just choose everything you want and just have fun for as long as you can survive. One last thing to talk about is devotions. Devotions, you basically get to choose one of these, and this is how you can kind of get like permanent boost to your characters, all your characters, just by going in, beating enemies, and just leveling it up through just playing and playing and playing. There's a devotion for each kind of gym type basically, and these things will give you all the things the gym would have given you, but you'll get these permanently, and they usually give you something else alongside of it. So not just an increase to, say, damage speed, but also increase their just overall speed of how you move. And you're going to want to do these because they can be very helpful. And another thing to talk about with this game is, since this PS2 is powered, you have your save data as memory cards, and you get two of them. So you can have one that you're progressing normally, unlocking all the stuff by just going through the game, and also unlocking all the achievements that come along with it. But you can also have a secondary one, and anytime you can just press unlock everything, so you can get all the weapons, all the mechs, all the stuff in the game that you would want, and just have fun. So that's why I have one where I'm just kind of progressing to unlock the achievements, and another one where I'm just kind of having fun and going through the arcade mode and just seeing all the things I might have missed or things I haven't unlocked yet. And that's something I like. I find it cool. And there are leaderboards in the game, so you can see how terrible you are at it, because usually, at least for me, I've never been at the top of the leaderboard in many games, but who knows? And plus also, the sad thing is, anything with a leaderboard, somebody's going to hack it, somebody's going to cheat. I haven't really looked closely to see if somebody's done that, because what I would see as cheating could just be a person who's so much better than myself that to call them a cheater would be me coping. But yeah, that's really all I want to talk about with this game. It's not much more to talk about. It is fun. I believe I already said it's like $6, so if you're looking for something fun to play, and it might be on sale now. I've seen it on sale a few different times, and then it goes down to like $1 less. Inexpensive title that you can sink some hours into. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble on for a bit. If you did, you can like, you can subscribe. If you didn't like it, unsubscribe, dislike it. Just do whatever you please, I guess. Peace. I'm out.